Hey, Al Chip here, No Garage. Today, we are back at Robert's house. Yeah, they're over there. Where are we? Bitchy Camaro. Anyway, um, I just leaned on that and cracked it. That right there. That's all right. I want new ones. Ooh, I think I'm gonna buy me a Christmas present today. Anyway, the reason we are here is because a few episodes ago, I did a simple tune-up: plugs, wires, cap, rotor. Well, cap. The rotor was wrong. Uh, Check that video out to see what I'm talking about. In hopes of trying to get this truck running right, um, it didn't help it. It's got it kind of falls on the space when you first take off. Um, it idles good, goes down the road good. It just doesn't like to take off, which is most likely a vacuum issue. Okay, where was I? I'm sorry, Robert showed up. He's not usually up there today. I'm not used to this. It's chilly. It's cold. And that's why I'm in Robert's garage, because it's cold and wet outside. I don't feel like working in a wet environment. Anyway, I have a vacuum leak somewhere. Somewhere in this general vicinity. So what I'm going to do is chase down vacuum lines, and I got an assortment here, and I'll put a link in the description below where I got these. These are awesome. It was supposed to be white, but that's clear. Red, yellow, black, blue, green. Try and match, some of those lines up. Now, I realize there's something that I could do standing up, sitting here, but what I can't do is the other thing. So I went, and when I'm driving, I press my brakes, and I'll hear air, like I'm driving a big truck. If you can imagine, well, you probably can if you don't know what I'm talking about. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, here's what you do: you go visit Irish Outlaw Garage, Irish Outlaw up here, Irish Outlaw Garage, and go through his videos. You'll see where he did some lives from his truck. I don't know, maybe you'll learn a thing or two. You'll also see where he did some repairs to his truck. If you are a truck driver, go there anyway. Great videos. Anyway, what that can indicate is my power brake booster is bad. This right here, which isn't terrible to change. I do have a new one. I ordered it yesterday, or I ordered it the other day. Picked it up yesterday. So this should rectify my issue with that anyway. And it could very well be my vacuum leak problem. Just stay. So, what I didn't get, and I'm going to have to go back and get later, because this is rock hard and it shouldn't be rock hard, is this main vacuum line right here. That should not be that hard. So that's something I'm gonna have to change. That one feels fine. But not yet. This does come with a new thing where the vacuum line goes into. So yeah, and then I got oh, that's where it goes. Is that it right there? No, that ain't it. Yeah, it is. That end of the line up here, that's where it goes, and that end feels fine. It's just this end's kind of rock hard. Maybe because of the heat coming up. I don't know. Anyway, let me get some tools together and you can go through this with me. I don't care what anyone says about Walmart's Hyper Tough. This is a great set of wrenches. I mean, you got your metric over here, goes up to 18. All your little stubbies, your SAE right here. And they're free replacement if they break. Come on. All right, so first things first, we can't use a socket, really, because it's so close right in here. So you got to use a wrench. And then the first one, I love living in the South. You notice that's dry, right? I mean, it's tight, but you're going to have a nut on this side that's holding these brake lines right here. And what we're going to do is unbolt this. And we're going to pull the master cylinder back off of that. And then there's one on this side as well. I don't know if you saw that because I wasn't paying attention to what was in the viewfinder. But this side here has two nuts. The first nut, and you got to make sure you don't walk it all the way out because then you'll never get your wrench off it. So now you gotta, that's a pain in the butt. I don't know whose design this was, but it was dumb. It was really, really dumb. All right, there's that one. So pop that off. I don't know why I never point the camera where it needs to go. Pop that off. Pop that off. And then, and this is a 9/16, by the way. Some people use a 14 millimeter, I think. Get that. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to make you guys watch this painstaking process. Once I get it loose, I'll bring it back in. All right, I got this one here. Come on. By the way, shout out to this little magnet light. That thing's awesome. So just take your master cylinder and just let it kind of drift here a little. It'll be all right. Next, I need to remove this line right here. I'm just gonna pop it out of there, deal with it later. And then finally, we got 4 bolts on the inside plus the brake switch. So I'll bring you right in there in just a second. All right, I'm not too sure how well I'm gonna be able to show all this, but if you look there, you'll see 4 bolts by that rod. That is the 4 bolts you need to take out in order to get out the brake booster. Up here, get my back grubs up there. Here, I'll get a pointer. Up here is your brake switch. You need to pull this clip out and then pop that off the rod. And bub your uncle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove this stuff and I'll bring you back in when I'm done. Take that right out with your fingers, apparently. careful. You got washers on this thing. So, got a plastic washer on the outside of it. And that frees you up from there. And that's your brake switch. It's gonna let your brake pedal go free. Now, let's see if I can get these off because I got a freaking electric brake thing in my way here. I need a swivel. You know, I lied. There was another kind of a bushing thing. This goes on the back side of that rod. So, like I say, pay attention. All right. Oh, that doesn't like impact wrenches. Wow. My swivel is coming apart. Anyway. I'm so glad this electric brake thing's right in my way. Oh, come on. Oh, other way. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that broke. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I won that battle, but I'm going to be the first to admit, not an easy battle to win. Hey, pole barn. All right, let's get these out of the way before I lose them too. I almost lost a couple screws. So now, this should just be able to work that out. It should just be, that's out of the way. Just pull that out. This one was easy and probably made easy by me using impact. So let me bring you in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find something to scrape with because I didn't bring anything. Just kind of clean this up a bit. So what you should do now, honestly, is pull this one out of the plastic. And compare it. So this has nuts, different nuts on the back of the studs, and I'm going to use them. And they look the same. They look like they'll work. Then the next thing you want is this up here. Is your adjustment. I don't know how well you can see that. There's an adjusting screw right here. So take this one, because they come adjusted all the way in. So try and match it up to that one as best you can. And then hopefully you get it close. I'm a fat man. I'm out of breath. I'm gonna be honest, them nuts beat my ass. Yeah. So anyway, try and, because like I say, that adjuster is adjusted all the way in. You need to turn it out. Try and kind of match up the length of the other one so that you shouldn't have any problems. If your brake feels not so right, I don't know. I have to Google it. This is not a this is not a tutorial. It's a YouTorial. I'll show you what I did and double check my work. Be right back. All right, so I need to clarify some things because I'm looking at this and I'm realizing something. When you are setting this, you'll notice there is a separate nut. So you want to get this, I would guess the distance from this to match the other one. And then once you get it up there, take that one, lock it down. I still got to look at the old one and see if that's how that's set up. I'm not sure. Let me see. No. But look how rusty and crusty this thing is. It's no wonder it didn't work. But yeah. So you want to get the total length to be about the same. Once you get that, make sure you got some small wrenches. I know I have small wrenches. They're right there. What I'm going to do is grab a tape and I'm going to measure. I want to compare. Wow, that is rusted. So here's a lot of brake work done on this truck. As you can tell, that's a new master cylinder. That is really rusty. Wow. No wonder none of this was working right. Anyway, I'm going to measure probably from the base of the shaft to here, which should be roughly the same. And hopefully that'll work. Be right back. All right, now I'm going to admit this truck put up a fight. I whooped its ass. It took out one of my soldiers that my swivel. But I had backup. So I got it out, or got it back in right here, and I'm fixing to install all this. I don't know if, oh my God, that nut is on there. Come on, Chip, aim at me. I don't know if the other nuts will work on this. Let's see. Will they? Because it came with the new nuts, but only 2. And I need 3. Yes, they will. All right. So I used the new nuts on the back side on those 4 bolts. I think I'm going to use the old ones on this on the outside because they're holding in my master cylinder and they've got that flat washer style surface. I don't know if that's any better than a regular nut or not. I really don't. But why chance it? All right. So let's get this bugger back on there. Oh, fit, you bitch. Why? There you go. All the way in. There you go. Now, here comes the fun part. Before you put 2 of the nuts on to tighten it down, and then test it. Don't waste your energy on that 3rd nut until you know I'm putting the nut back on. Oh, okay. That's not going to work. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. And I do know, I don't know what it would feel like if the booster thing isn't adjusted out enough. But I know if it's adjusted too far out, it will it'll basically lock up your brakes. It'll be putting pressure on the system. Oh, that is crazy tight. I don't know if that nut's gonna work. Can you see it? Let me grab my light. Where did my little light go? There you are. So I can see if... Come on, you dumb light. Remember I said how cool these lights were? They're Amazon lights. Work light. I'm just making sure it's not turning, because it is extremely tight. I'm assuming because I'm cross-threading it. Let's find out before we get too far, because that would be fun. I don't know. Does it look like I'm cross-threading it? It's shiny, but it really doesn't look cross-threaded. What do you think? It is shiny because it is tight. How about I take a chance on that? Yeah, this other nut's just going right on. Almost like, like I didn't cross-thread it. All right, I'm going to get this tightened down. I'll be right back. Whoops. I had the camera going the whole time. Anyway, Robert freaked me knew I left his garage open. And the lights on. Alright. So let's see. Here's my crack. That safe light refuses to fix. Holy shit! Ah, stuff flying. Yeah, brakes still work. See, there it is. Do you hear it? A dead spot. Alright, let's run it back. I'll be honest, I hate how loud this truck is. I really do. But my brakes feel fine. They're a little bit softer than they used to be. But I'm going to chalk that up too. But it still has that slight miss. Anyway, alright. Well, no. I guess I'm just going to pack it up. Brakes are working. I'm not getting that air anymore. I still have that you heard it, that slight hesitation before it takes off. I don't know what that is. I was gonna put vacuum lines on it, or replace some of my vacuum lines. I come to realize I don't have the ends for them, so I'm going to accumulate some of those, and I'll do that at a later time. That's not nothing I need to put on camera anyway. It's just replacing vacuum lines. If you can't replace vacuum lines, well, then there's something wrong. It could also, I need to listen for some vacuum leaks, and see if I can't figure it out. Anyway, I'm gonna call this one. It brought you guys in to change. Change. I brought you guys in to change brake booster. I changed your brake booster. Have a good day. Bye.